the deal. MIC podcast episode 165, where everyone is a master of their own creation. We have another dope guest today, fresh new face. I don't think you've seen this guest before really at any point over the 4 years of this podcast. Doing a lot of stuff, shaking a lot of shit up. The master in creation, man. What's going on, bro?
I own this shit.
How you doing, bro? Good to see you. Good to have you on the pod again, man.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, absolutely, man.
This is my longest hiatus.
Yeah, but I was about to say.
Which is the whole purpose of everything. But yeah, this is the longest hiatus.
Though. No, but given your position within, within all this, it's it'd be very warranted for you to pop in, more frequently than you do. You feel me? But yeah, bro, it's been a while, man, and just to even kick it off, man, like a lot of life has happened between like the time that you were last on here, bro. So like, what's just been keeping you going? Because like I personally know, but like, what's just been keeping you going, man, throughout all some of the plateaus you're hitting, just personally and professionally, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. Like, what keeps me going? I mean, even the broader of just like what has always kept me going. I really don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't know. Like and I may have said it before. Maybe I've given a different answer in the past. Of a similar question to this, but I really don't know what makes me stubbornly, consistently always do.
Mm-hmm.
It's innate. It's not something that I have to try to do, or it's like, oh man, like another episode of the podcast. Oh man, gotta create more music.
Yeah, right.
It's I don't know. It just keeps going on, and I have goals, and maybe that's part of it. It's
sure.
Just, my goals always get bigger, and once I achieve one thing, that I'm just ready for the next thing. And I like to set certain goals so damn high that it takes 5, 10, 15, a lifetime in order to achieve it. So I haven't achieved that yet, so I guess I just have to wake up the next day and just continue to go at
Keep
it.
mashing, right, 100%. And like just even like if you can just even kind of speak to that like a little bit, like, and like you've done so in different variations, like in the past, but like the long-term goal setting, bro, like I think people like just that's a very underrated concept. Like people aren't willing to just even create 15-year goals, like just even generally, and and just be able to be like, yeah, like this is where I want to be in 15 years and start, now. Like they'll probably start 15 years down the line and be like, damn, this is where I wanted to be 15 years ago. Like at this point, you feel me? So like, how do you just kind of like navigate setting long-term goals for yourself and just even having that dedication and that patience? Like, would you say like that's innate too as well?
I think like long-term goals have to be broadly specific.
Yeah.
Like broadly specific.
Yeah, no, but I know what you mean.
And you sure as fuck don't know how to do that thing.
Yeah.
If you knew how to do that thing,
you'd
probably already be doing
Yeah, right, exactly.
So I think you have to be comfortable with knowing that you don't know how to do that thing and be broadly specific about it. And then, your 5-year plans are a little bit more specific, but you can still be fairly broad.
Right.
Your yearly plans are the ones that got to be pretty specific,
Sure.
and then your monthly plans got to be down to a T exactly what's going on.
Okay,
so you have to obsess over those month to month plans that you have, and those month to month goals that you have, and being adamant about achieving those, and understanding how you're going to achieve it and what you did to build up to achieve that. So the shorter term it is, the more specific you need to be, the more engaged you need to be in it, the more precise you need to be on what needs to be done to achieve that goal. And then as time goes on, still have the goal in mind, but be comfortable with it being broad, because life happens in both great and bad ways. What if things happen even better than you've ever imagined? And so you really can't prepare for it being even better than you imagine. You really can't prepare for it being worse than you imagine, so it's just, you have to by default kind of be just broad with it.
The success that you've like achieved with these goals, like, was the success more than you anticipated?
Maybe at times.
Yeah.
I don't know, like maybe at times.
For like certain things.
I also have a lot of confidence in myself. Like it's tough because I knew that the podcast would, what episode are we on? Like what episode?
165.
165.
Yeah.
I knew that this podcast was going to reach 165 whenever we filmed episode 1. To tell somebody else that, no one would believe that. And it takes years to achieve that. We couldn't have, even if we did a podcast a week, that's still only 52 in a year.
Yeah, facts.
So it takes years. Even if we did 2, we still wouldn't have got to 165
in a year. Yeah, right.
In a year. So it takes time to develop. So some things they turned out exactly how I thought. Some things I guess turned out better than I thought. Some things didn't turn out as great as I would have thought, but everything turned out the way it was supposed to. And I think that's what's most important. That's what you need to accept.
Yep, 100%, bro. So just even kind of going into these like new things, man. You were in the process of getting into it and then got accepted like a little bit ago, but your mentor program, bro. Want to congratulate you on that. I think it's long overdue and well deserved. I think you have just such a wealth of knowledge to just give people in general, but for people to be able to have you as a source, I think it's like super dope on both parts. If you just kind of want to walk through a little bit like the process of being involved in the program and just how it has been having mentees like officially for like the first time.
Yeah, I mean, just a refresher of how I even came about. Again, the Pop District, it is a collaboration with the Andy Warhol Museum. They're right next to each other, the buildings, and they're more of like the media portion of the Andy Warhol Museum, and more I would say like hip hop centric. I'd say it's like there's definitely elements of hip hop in there, and
I agree,
and entrepreneurship and kind of elements of that in there. And I applied to become a mentor, and if it wasn't for all the things I have achieved, I wouldn't even be thought to be considered.
Right.
And again, of the same thing of me constantly just wanting things now, but we're saying that it takes time
about it,
things. So I'm just, and everything happens when it's supposed to happen. So I'm just blessed that it has happened, whenever it did happen, and it gave me an opportunity. So your mentees actually choose you. It's not the opposite way. The mentor doesn't choose the mentee. The mentee chooses the mentor.
Word.
So I'm blessed and grateful that two phenomenal people felt that I was able to give them knowledge, give them support. So
dope.
I have Darnell and I have Trinity, who are two incredible individuals. Both have their own style of videography. Trinity does thousands of different forms of art. She's extremely impressive, and I'm always proud of what she's doing. And then Darnell, he even has gone so far that he's working on a multi-year movie that he's been working on. That's a horror movie.
That's fucking,
so both of them are so gifted and so talented, and I'm so grateful that whenever we meet, it's always with an open ear, and that I'm able to give them actual opportunities.
Right.
And I was told that with this mentorship program in the past, most of the mentees, after you guys get matched up, they don't even reach out to each other no more. It's basically you get matched up and that's it.
What?
But that's just a microcosm of everything that happens in life, where people are given opportunities, you don't take advantage of the opportunity. Where I've never been that individual, so I always take full advantage. I wouldn't even allow them to not respond to me or not do this and that.
Sure.
And they have that mutual respect for me.
Sure.
So even for, I'm sure we're going to get into it, but the Millvale Music Festival, I have one mentee is going to be doing photos, and then one mentee is going to be videographer.
So dope.
And I'm able to pay both of them in order to do that.
Shout out to them.
So
congratulations, but that's fucking incredible.
And it's truly a full circle moment for me to be able to do these things. And my goal is to continue to take that and just continue to expand on it and take that to a higher level.
So that's fucking.
It's been a great opportunity. I'm blessed to.
No, bro, that sounds fucking just dope on all points, man. And again, I'm super happy for everyone involved, the mentees and you. Just to have that dynamic, bro. That's dope. Is there anything in particular that you want to impart on them? Like, after y'all's time together is done, like, is there any one particular thing that's like, if our whole time together, if there's any single thing that you pulled away, I want it to be this.
Well, one thing, our time will never be done together. That's one thing.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not in this just because the Pop District told me. I now have two individuals who I care a lot about, and I want to see them succeed in the future, and will continue to give them resources. Like, I want to give all artists here in the city actual resources to do actual things here in the city. But I want them to be able to see the work ethic. I want them to be able to see the never giving up, the continue to move forward, the continue to expand. Like, we don't get to 165 without consistency. You just don't do it. It just doesn't happen. You don't get to 70 plus release songs without consistency. You don't get to millions of streams without consistency. None of this happens without consistency and persistence and just doing. I think so many people, they just get frozen in just the doing part. And they get so afraid of that failure and so afraid of not doing the thing perfect the first time. So I just want them to understand that it's just not going to be perfect the first time. Just do the thing and then release the thing.
Right.
So I'm hoping both of them expand on their releasing. And even like the movie that Darnell's working on, I'm like, dude, this is your first movie. You're not gonna make a fucking
Oscar-winning,
Scorsese,
Tarantino,
or the other one I was thinking of. He's made like
Spielberg. Yeah, right.
It's not gonna be a Spielberg.
Facts, right? Come on, bro.
But you'll forever be able to say you made a movie.
Hell yeah.
And that is what it's about.
Exactly.
You have no clue where that's going to take you.
Right.
Especially within that industry, because there's so many facets to making a movie. Say someone loves that. Maybe you get hired for a huge movie and you're just holding the fucking microphone.
Yeah.
But now you have to say you were a part of this.
Mm-hmm.
And then someone's like, man, like this kid always showed up on time. He was consistent. He did his job professionally. Maybe you can do this position next.
Yep.
And then this position. And then all of a sudden you are directing Scorsese. Then you are directing these classic movies. But it doesn't happen without you doing your first.
Yep.
Without you doing your second. Without you doing your third. So I think I've already imbued some of this into them already, and hope to just continue to do that for them. And leading by example is the most important part.
Yeah, bro. I'm sure, again, just by even being around you and, just, what you got going on, I'm sure, like, naturally they'll, pick shit up, bro. So, and, that advice is, prices that you're giving them. So I completely agree. Bro, second Sphere, sponsored show.
Yeah.
Dog. Fucking incredible. If you just kind of want to walk through the event, how you feeling about that, and just like how you're feeling on the day of the event.
Yeah, I mean, again, congratulations to
Facts, man. Big shout out to Cat Sims, man. 100%.
You will be seeing the models and people who worked on the fashion show coming on the podcast here soon.
100%.
And after my episodes here, and her ability to create such a fantastic and well-ran event is something to be admired, something to be studied for anybody who is trying to achieve the same thing.
Yep.
I would say it's so important that if shame on anybody who wanted to do something like she's doing and wasn't at that event, wasn't introducing themselves to her, wasn't asking her questions later on. Just, how did you do this? How did you do that? Anybody who is successful, we are so willing to give information to people who
are genuinely
care and genuinely have respect to say, you achieved this thing and I haven't.
Right.
How do I do this thing?
Right.
Because, again, it was such a well-ran show. It was gorgeous. The venue was incredible. It was at the Carnegie Museum of Natural History.
Out of a movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fair.
Out of a movie. And I will forever invest in and, support a company and a mission like hers.
Yeah.
This is what we need to do more of here in the city, is the people who are actually doing these real things. We should be banding together in order to create stuff like this. Without the sponsorships, these things don't happen.
Yeah.
Without so many people helping her and offering free services, these things don't happen.
Right.
But we need to be able to do this to uplift
the
community and the things that really matter and the things that are really doing things here in the city. So it was just another example of a well-ran event.
Facts.
Pittsburgh-based, entrepreneurship-driven. That is something that I hope continues to bleed in the rest of Pittsburgh.
Absolutely. No, 100%, bro. And just what is it even like being in a position, personally to back this show now for the second time?
To be honest with you, I kind of really haven't sat yet with my financial position in general, just because I came from no money.
Sure.
I came from no money whatsoever. So now that I'm in a position where not only are my bills taken care of, not only can I invest in myself, but then now I can begin to invest in others.
Yeah.
That hasn't hit me yet. And I'm working on expanding the business side of Masters and Creation Media because we have been a strong brand for so many years. And it's almost time for us to expand business-wise. And whenever that happens, maybe it'll hit me a little bit more. But right now, it's so hard for me to sit with this ability for me to even, and I'm sure Barry even get to this, our fifth book bag drive, fifth book bag drive now, and
this is crazy.
This one's going to be even crazier, and be able to accept donations from other people, and I'm blessed, and I'm thankful, and I'm grateful. And I think this is also because I'm still so far from my goal.
Yeah, right.
But it feels great to be able to do stuff like this.
Yeah, for sure. No, 100%. And again, just shout out to you for being able to be in the spot to back this show for the second year, man. I think it's incredible, and totally agree with you with Kat's mission, bro. Like her brand, everything she wants to do with her brand and her mission with that brand is fucking incredible. And the event was incredibly dope. Just even being there with Nate, and it was great, man. Just a great day, great event, great venue, man. So glad we got to be able to do that. But you are back outside performing this year, man. And like I'm talking like outside of open mics. You know what I mean? Like you're back outside in front of people in a professional setting. Like, how does it feel, bro, to just be officially like back outside and performing again for real? Like not pulling up at no open mics or like trying to like stretch your muscles, but being like, yo, I'm putting on a fucking show. Come through.
I'm gonna give a long answer to that question.
Please do. Please.
To scale back, even because during the fashion show and that entire day, I want to talk a little bit about the music video.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Because shout out to Mitch, High Frequency,
super shout out, man.
And again, this comes from consistency and relationships and networking and being a real human being, a genuine human being, where he was willing, with payment and still not the amount that I know he normally accepts, significantly less, but of the strength, we're still give that man his money, still paid for all the stuff, everything to make things happen. But that he showed up at my apartment at 9:30 a.m. and we filmed from that point until 10:30 that night. That's over 12 hours of film.
Yeah, that's crazy, for
an entire day just to make this music video happen. And started off at the gun range, then went to the strip district, then went into the cigar shop down in the strip district, which then led into the fashion show and us filming in the fashion show, with us then leading into going to Ruggers and be able to film there at the after party that we threw. Because of this, outside, and Female Dog is one of my favorite songs that I've ever made.
Yeah.
And I even said, one day I had a moment where I was just listening to the song. And I was like, Jesus Christ, like, this is my life? Like, this is my actual life. Damn. That's lit. It's my actual
word,
life.
Yeah.
And to bring my actual life to life, be able to show people, yeah, that's not every day. No, not every day am I have the ability to wake up, go to the gun range, and then go.
Sure, right.
And then go and...
It's just a slice. It's a slice. It's a slice.
But it was an actual day.
Yeah, it's a slice of life.
Of my actual life. And... maybe that wasn't even my favorite day of my entire life.
Yeah,
that was just...
Was that a slow day?
That was a great day.
That was a good day.
Day.
Lighter one.
Yeah. But it still wasn't even like the greatest day of my entire life.
Right.
I didn't have that day and then go, man, I could die tomorrow.
Yeah, right.
So it's nice to finally be able to just full blown put the pieces together.
Yeah.
And prove myself right. Like, not prove other people wrong. Prove myself right. And say, I can sponsor this fashion show, have my videographer follow me around to film a music video, attend the fashion show, be filming at the fashion show, have my own videographer at the fashion show, and then be able to go through an after party after, which had so many memorable moments for me because I brought people in a room together that I didn't think would all be in a room together.
Right.
And that was just an incredible experience, and I was blessed to have that entire day. And if you haven't seen that music video, I do suggest go and check out the music video. It's the Female Dog music video. It's out on YouTube. It's just a phenomenal music video.
That shit is lit.
And even like I have fans now that are the front desk of my chiropractor and my chiropractor.
Okay,
they're like, yo, like we saw that video. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, right.
It's my life.
Yeah, right.
So it's nice again to put all these pieces together. And then when it comes to my performance aspect, I've been saying for a while now that I'm building up to something. And I've been attending these open mics and just staying loose, staying stretched.
Yeah, right.
For whenever these moments happen. And again, if it was not for me staying stretched and all this, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be performing here at Millvale. And the funny thing is, I forgot that I even applied to be performed in Millvale, and I think I found those news out maybe that Monday after the fashion show. It wasn't too long after that I found out, and I remember just reading my email. I was like, "Oh shit, I was accepted."
Yeah,
like I was invited.
How long were you applying before you got accepted?
Oh wow, like a few months.
Yeah, okay.
A few months from application, from the point of application to the point of being accepted. It was a few months.
Wow.
So, and it was kind of short notice in a sense.
Yeah.
Festival performance.
Sure, right.
Like, it was like a month. So I'm like, Jesus Christ, and all like. But again, if it wasn't for me staying loose, doing the things necessary for me to be able to, if an opportunity like this,
sure,
ready for it,
sure,
don't know what happened.
Yeah.
So it's just my ability to just stay ready, to be ready.
Yeah, right.
Stay ready to be ready, and that's what led to this. And it feels this. This is my first. I was having a conversation with Ari Cole. You should know the name here in Pittsburgh. These Slappers and Banners.
You're right.
He's gonna be the DJ for my performance at Millvale. And I was talking to him, and I was just telling him my journey of my live performances. And I told him it's funny because early on in my career is whenever I was getting paid for my performances.
Right.
That's when I was
ironically, right? Yeah, facts, right.
That's when I was hosting my own events.
Right.
And if it was not for COVID, if it was not for an unfortunate conversation with my stepfather, former stepfather, my momentum may have continued to rise.
Sure, right.
For sure. Not may have, would have.
Yeah.
I was it.
Yeah.
2 months before the pandemic went down, I was in Arizona performing.
Yeah.
I'm not even in my state. I'm on the other side of my country that I'm from.
Facts.
Performing, So things were moving in such a great direction with my live performances, and I had to take a massive step back. And I was telling them, if you look at my discography, I've released so much music and performed so much and released so many music videos, but there was an entire year where I only released one song in one music video, and that song was called Grow. And from that moment on, all I did was grow from that point on.
Right.
And I had to get back in my ability to, because the scene changed so much from whenever I was, now we're literally 8 years ago is whenever I started my shows.
Right.
8 years ago.
That's crazy.
So much has changed in 8 years
That's
as
crazy.
things change in 8 years.
Right.
So I needed to find out my new lane in this new landscape of performances here in Pittsburgh. And finally I found my lane of what works for me, which then led to this Millvale performance, which I can't give you a dates yet, but we'll be performing at Rutgers here and be able to have my first ever rock show.
Yep.
It just feels so great to have this part again. And now I'm getting paid.
Yeah, right.
Now I'm getting paid again, and from other people. I don't have to pay myself. I don't need to organize everything. I just show up and I'm able to be me. And that feels fantastic. I'm extremely excited about this show.
Absolutely. And like how has it been working with Ari, just like as far as like preparing, for the first time, like y'all are working together for the first time, and I think it's long over fucking due if you ask me. You feel me? But it's happening. Thankfully it's happening. So like, how's that been?
I mean, another blessing. It's just two individuals that understand, and whether he had an understanding prior to rehearsal, or not, we definitely after rehearsal had an understanding that this is a pillar in our community. This is a pillar in our community. Pillars can really hold some things up.
Fuse,
Pillars can really, those are the base of things, right?
No.
So
just build some shit.
We really understood in those moments that, wow, not only, first of all, we were like, this show is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this show is going to be insane. And what if it leads to something else?
Yeah, right, exactly.
And what if it leads to something else? I have nothing but respect for him, and I hope that this is just the beginning of something really great, because I think the city really needs it, and we are more than capable of providing that to the city.
Right.
So it's a great relationship.
Would you say this is your biggest performance today?
I think by default, I mean, it's a festival, and it's the largest festival in the city of Pittsburgh.
Right.
So by default, yes. And for the most part, I'm allowed to be myself. They are having some swearing restrictions on me, which
Yeah, that's fuck. I mean,
gonna
come
concede
on,
a little bit.
yeah, right. But
There's
stop inviting rappers to places they can't cuss.
and others are just gonna have to film me.
Yeah. Y'all just gonna have to film me.
Have to film me
I
because people are
agree.
coming out to see the master and creation.
I
So I'm gonna
agree.
give them the master and creation. It'd be disrespectful for me to not give them the master and creation.
I agree.
So I'm gonna be myself with some limitation, on this show. But I'll have to say, yeah, this is, I think by default, my biggest show today.
Yeah. No. I mean, I agree, man. Like, I think, for just like the people who may like haven't seen you perform, or I don't, even Ari, like what can people expect? Just like a light version of like what people can expect from a performance from you and a performance from Ari.
What they always expect. Whenever you come to a full-blown show of mine, you give me 30 minutes, you're going to be wild for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
For 30 minutes, you are going to be paying attention to me for 30 minutes.
Mm.
If you zone out for a moment and you come back and be like, what the hell?
Yeah, like, what did I miss?
I'm very in tune with the crowd. I see some people that go on their phone for a minute and text above, and then they look back up and they're like,
oh, shit, yeah. What the fuck did I miss? Yeah.
Because like a song ago, the man was just chilling, vibing, and now this nigga's face is red, veins popping out, the crowd's jumping.
Yeah, right.
Changed in that 2-minute span,
man,
and that's what I provide.
Absolutely.
Is that change within that span? So
Absolutely.
it's just gonna be, hopefully, my greatest performance to date, and I'm gonna leave it all on the table. I make sure that the songs flow in a certain way, and again, I've learned so much of just even where to catch my breaths.
Yeah.
Then it, where to
a lot more technique involved.
Where to raise the crowd,
Yeah.
where to lower the crowd, where to get their attention here, where to disperse attention. So, yeah, I think, and especially having a professional DJ behind me.
Yeah.
This is a funny story.
Yeah.
I've only one other time had somebody on a second microphone during my performances.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know who it is?
Nate, right?
No.
Oh, shit.
When I say a second mic, I mean that they are ad-libbing my performance. I have a backup singer. I only had a backup singer for one event. You weren't there. What did you take? One guess. I had one backup singer.
Backup singer. I wasn't there. A backup singer. I have no clue.
It was no other than my cousin T. Ravi Rav.
Get the fuck out of here, for real. That's crazy. What was that?
This is when I was starting my own show.
Oh, okay, wait. That's lit.
And and T. Rav. And the funny thing was, like, I'm pretty sure he threw out a couple niggas.
Yeah.
I think he did. And for anybody who doesn't know my cousin T. Rav, he's white.
Yeah.
Very off-white.
Yeah.
Not your standard white individual.
Yeah, right.
But it couldn't. And I'm also not the person, like, if I put fucking nigga in my song and y'all are saying nigga in the crowd, shame on me because I said nigga.
Right.
You're just singing my fucking
You ain't
song.
about to go in the crowd, so hey.
Like, you're just singing my fucking song.
Yeah, right.
So he was just singing my fucking song.
Yeah.
He was just doing his thing, and it was fucking lit. It was crazy. So it's funny that was the first time, and now the second time is DJ Ari.
Yeah, right.
So it's hilarious. So
That's hilarious.
It's gonna it amplifies the performance so much.
Yeah.
You're gonna be excited to see the way that we are gonna bounce off of each other, and
Yeah.
it also allows me to get a little bit more breathing space.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
So
100%.
it just helps out the
No, that's
so
gonna be
much more
different. Yeah,
It's
no,
gonna be-
that's gonna be
because
different.
you're gonna see times where we're just where it looks like it's just us two in a room and nobody else is there. That's what it's gonna look. It's gonna look like there's two individuals there that don't even give a fuck
That just happen to be on
anybody
the
else,
stage.
and that in itself is something like astonishing to look at.
Yeah,
So,
right.
it's like-
No, man. I cannot fucking wait. I think that's about to be fucking fire.
Yeah.
And just from just kind of breaking stuff down artistically, bro, like each of your performances has its very own identity. Like I think the joint that you performed hit at CND looks different from the shows that you were throwing early on, and even different from your open mic performances, even when you turn up on that degree, you know what I mean? So it's like, is that purposeful as an artist? Does that just kind of happen by nature of what you do? Like,
I think it's obviously it would be nice to have, like, when you go on tour, you have a pretty standardized performance.
yeah,
For the most part. But then at the same time, as a performer, when you're a true performer, you have to you're there for the crowd. You're there to entertain the crowd. So you need to do whatever it is in that moment to give the crowd what they're looking for. So whenever I come into a performance, I already have my set songs that I'm performing. But the way I perform that song is dictated by the energy in the room. Yes, it is upon me to shift energy within the room, but I don't know if 100 people are going to show up to this event or if 20 people are going to show up to this event.
Right.
So if there's less people, I'm going to be a little bit more intimate with people. I'm going to be one-on-one with the people to really make sure that if there's only 20 people in the room, I want to make sure that all 20 people are extremely engaged.
Yeah,
extremely engaged. Where if I have a room of 100, 200 people, all I need really is like 80 of them to be engaged. And the other 20, they can be engaged. It really doesn't matter. The other 80 are going to be more than enough. So you really have to, like, even a sport, like if anybody relates to sports and you're playing a sport, you have a game plan coming in, but your star player gets hurt,
unfold,
or it's
a
just
different way.
Someone's going off that you weren't expecting to go off.
Yeah,
or they
exactly.
have a game plan that just unfortunately counters your game plan.
Yeah, right.
What's your counter to that?
Yeah.
So you always need to have a counter to whatever is going on at that event and what's going on with that crowd. So I have an idea of what this Millvale performance is going to look like.
Right.
But I'm really not going to know until it's happening.
Right.
Until it's literally in real time. That's whenever I'm gonna gauge how this performance is gonna turn out.
That's really, yeah.
So
it's really just like a spur of the moment, like not spur of the moment, because like like you said, like you go in, like you're gonna put on a show,
yes.
But the way it unfolds, like you can never really fucking tell, like.
And I have removed a little bit of my anxiety about that. Of just. I told myself, I was like, this is 30 minutes of my life. No matter how this turns out, this is 30 minutes of my life. Not to discredit it.
Sure.
Not to say that this is a massive moment for me and my career and all of this, but at the end of the day, what can really go that wrong in 30 minutes? My life will not be over.
Yeah.
My career will not be over in this 30 minutes.
Right.
If anything, this could jumpstart something
different,
well beyond anything that I've ever conceived. Worst case scenario, I walk away like, man, I could have done this song this way.
right.
I could have done this on this way. And 90% of the time, everybody else is like, Mike, you
bodied it, yeah.
Like, Mike,
you ain't got nothing to worry about in that regard.
It's very hard for me to have performances where I am like, in my mind, everything went exactly how I planned.
Sure, yeah.
Exactly my way, and I had complete control 100% of the time.
Yeah, it's tough.
So it's just accepted, dude. It's going to be 30 minutes. I can't be nothing but me up there.
Yeah, right.
So I'm just going to show up and just be me for 30 minutes.
And the ingredients for that, are already going to be. Yeah. You feel me? So it's already there. Because I even want to. Well, actually, no. I'll leave that for later. Like, is there anyone that like you're kind of been pulling from artistically, like inspired by right now, like, or is it just the machine that you got going on that is inspiring you artistically?
Genuinely, at this very moment, it's me, myself, and I.
Yeah, I feel that.
My most recent project that also released since I've been on the
holy shit, yeah, right, yeah, 100%, yeah,
a phenomenal body of work. It's jokingly good.
Yeah,
like the project is jokingly good, and I'm so proud and blessed. And thankful to myself that I continued to have my career and was able to make a project like this.
Right.
All these songs
like that
are like that. Like that. Like this, like that. These songs are just so damn good and so different from one another.
100%.
That it's just, I've listened to these songs hundreds of times already, and it just makes me just go, man, if I did that shit, if this is where I'm at right now,
just don't give me 2, 3,
I can,
4.
That's what I'm saying. I can scratch my ass and make something great. Right.
Because
this is, I don't want to say like I didn't try, but it was so.
The effort it took wasn't like, you're not shocked, but just like all I did was like I didn't do anything crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it showed like it really. I was like, wow, like I really am putting all the pieces together.
Yeah,
this is the first project where I literally felt like I've put every piece together. Every piece is now together, and if I can just even make one more of those, that's insane.
It's crazy. And like, just yet, kind of even dive into Feisty a little bit. Like, was that something that just kind of came together, or was there intent behind like, I'm gonna drop this and it's gonna be like this and every song is gonna be, different from each other, or like did they just kind of come together for you?
I'm trying to remember, because the 2 songs that were already released were Hunt and It's Not Me, It's You.
Right.
And
there's 6 songs on the project, correct?
Yes.
I see. Okay.
And I knew I wanted to release a small EP. I knew how small, how big.
Right.
I knew I just wanted to make some songs, and I'm trying to think of which one of those modern songs was the first one I came up with. I just know that, for instance, like Run It Back. The minute I heard that beat, I spit the chorus instantly.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. Why would you pass on a nigga like me? Girl, you know I'm fly. I'm a motherfucking G. I ain't taking no offense. Girl, why you playing D? We can run it back, baby. Come on and see. Go on and see.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like, I immediately came up with that chorus. I'm like, okay, boom, that's a song.
Mm-hmm.
Then for like this, like that, I'm trying to think it, because that beat I think is the only one that's not produced by Manic on that, and I can't remember who produced that, because I think for that beat I had that beat for a while.
Really?
And yeah, it was questionably going to be on
Devious.
But all I had was, girl, I know you like that, and I hate it when you fight back. That's all I had from it. And then I was able to finna make a song where my mic at, acting like you ain't like that. And then I was sitting in your room whenever I got the like this, like that.
And I remember, because I heard that, I was like,
yes.
Nah, that.
Yeah.
That is it takes it, because the beat is already there, y'all. You're spitting that chorus, bro. It's over. It's over.
That piece of the song, then the rest of it wrote itself.
Yeah, right.
And the verse was no problem after that. I think I had some pieces of that verse in my notebook,
sure.
And I had to piece some shit together and create some other. That entire second chorus, the second verse was completely freshly written for it. So once I had that, then I was like, okay, I got it. One Girl Too Many. That shit was just, when you want to talk about easy to write. You want to talk about easy to write, just that beat, it pulled the fucking lyrics out of me. I didn't have a choice.
Right. You were hostage.
I was held hostage by my own song.
Right. Word.
It just yanked the shit out of me.
Yeah.
And I was like, this shit's hard as fuck. Like, this shit's just hard as fuck. I love all songs on that project.
Yeah.
I think that one is the most underrated on it, because that's the one where that's the only one where people aren't like, yo, like this song. I'm like, nigga, this song is fucking stupid. Like, this song is raw as fuck. Like, I've probably listened to that song more than any of the others.
Do you find yourself liking like the songs that people wouldn't like are initially drawn to?
Kinda. I love all my songs for the most part. But for some reason, in that Run It Back, everyone just keep being like, yo Run It Back is so crazy. I'm like, yeah, it's good. I'm saying it's not a fucking song.
But have you seen
that the others are also 10 songs? I get that, but like, are you listening to the other goddamn songs? Like,
is that frustrating as an artist, or do you just fucking take it as it is? Like,
it's kind of frustrating because I know, again, like, it's just because the way that art and music works, that's just, everyone says that, but if I were to get a collab with Coca-Cola and they put like this, like that on the commercial, everybody would think like this, like that
is the best. Right.
Song
I know.
Ever fucking made
a lot of that. Yeah, right.
If it was just put in the right place and marketed correctly,
then
everyone thinks that's the greatest song. Exactly. Then everyone thinks that's the greatest song.
That's facts.
So it's just frustrating, But and I don't have a deal with Coca-Cola, so it's like,
so what the fuck are we talking about?
It is kind of frustrating. It is kind of frustrating.
Right.
Even like my song Grow, I think that song is just such a phenomenal song, and it's just, it might have a collective maybe 1,000.
It's one of your B-sides,
and I'm like, oh man, like, this shit's fire.
No, bro, I agree. I think that song is potent.
Yes,
it's potent as fuck. Yeah,
it's so deep, it's so raw.
Yeah,
it's such a non-gimmicky, it's just such a great song.
It's fire.
But then within myself, I also have my own songs where I'll listen to it and I'm like, this is the greatest song ever. And the other days I'm like, I don't know. Not to say that's a bad song, but I'm just like, like it's okay, you know. And then the next day I'm like, this is the greatest song ever. And for me, that was Eve Don't Leave. So for that one, dude, it's so energetic. And I think, and even me and Ari were talking about it just performance wise. I'm like, this is the song where if everybody in the crowd knew this song going into it, that's a highlight moment of fucking performance.
That's different. You can't even like. You have to be engaged with that. Come on, you like there's no room for just like chilling. Like everyone around you is going to be rabid.
And I'm thinking, regardless, I'm gonna have that moment because the chorus comes in 3 times, and it's one of the few songs that I have in my track that I keep the chorus in. So I'm thinking by that third chorus,
oh shit, Bo, by the second,
people are gonna be And what's even funny as fuck too, because it's like for me now, Miles, another song where when people listen to it, they love this fucking song.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that is true.
This is like my 10th worst song I've ever.
Yeah.
You know, it's a cool song.
Yeah, right.
And it's funny because that's the song that really jump started my career, because that was the song where if I perform that live, it gets engagement every fucking time.
At what point did you notice that?
Immediately, my first ever performance.
Okay,
my first ever. I performed that song during my first ever performance. Shout out LHA for giving me my first ever opportunity.
Shout out, hell yeah!
No label opening party.
Fire. That's
which
crazy.
I didn't even put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, no, that's different. That's Pittsburgh history right there for you. Yeah, right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And that was the song that I had my first moment of ever performing, and the engagement was, I shut it down. Like I then proved to myself, and it's funny, the confidence that I had for my first performance was disrespectful.
Like, looking back, right? Yeah.
Truly disrespectful.
Right.
I'm like, of course I'm a fucking rock.
Yeah. It's like, look at this little nigga.
Of course.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah.
And
absolutely.
People, after I did that, because the whole crowd, by the time that chorus hits the third time,
it was singing it for you.
Beyond singing it for me. And they never heard the song before.
Right.
Never. It's my first time ever performing.
No, I'm sure that was a different moment. Yeah, that's different.
But to me, I'm like, nigga, that's how it's supposed to be. Like,
that's so funny.
I'm fucking off. And people are like, bro, like, don't stop. And I'm literally like, I'm just getting started. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's the first time I ever performed in front of people.
Yeah.
So you got some people who that performed on that stage that they've been in the game for time.
Do you see any from around anymore?
No, of course not, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, no, of course not, dude. What? Of course not. Fuck me.
Yo, but that is like, cause no, bro. Like, I know exactly where you're going with that, bro. Cause like, yeah, like for some people, like they've been in the game, like they have cachet of like whoever they think they are. You know what I mean? It's just like, bro, and like that's why like I'm always preaching like, bro, this artist shit is not for the faint of heart, bro.
No,
because you can be at that point, and then now here we are 8 years later, and it's like if you were still working at that clip that you claimed you were, like doing what you claimed you were, or you were who you claimed to be, we should see you rocking. Yeah. 8 years later you are, and that was your first joint. Like, so it's like, I know where you're going with that, bro. But no, please continue.
Talk my shit
100%.
Now it's been 8 years later, and I'm still doing the same thing.
Come on, you feel me?
Where that was my first, and everyone knew like that was it was such a wild moment for everybody in that room.
Yeah,
because truly they've never heard of me, they've never seen me before, they have no clue where the fuck I came from.
Right.
And I come, and I think I was like the second one to perform, and I just blow the fucking roof off of the place.
Right.
And it's like, that's when I knew. Well, no, that's not when I knew. Nigga, my confidence was on trillion. That's when everybody else. That's when I smelt the fear for the first time. And I didn't realize that that's what it was. Like, where I smelled it, people were like, again, they've been at this for years and never had that moment. That was my first ever performance, and I'm having this moment. So in hindsight, people, they second guess their career. Like, these second guys are like, maybe this isn't for me.
His name is Monkey D. Luffy, you said? Who is he? Yeah. What's his name? What does he do? Yeah. He stretches. Yeah. He's a stretchy nigga. What?
So that was definitely an awakening moment. And some of these people, I mean, most of these people I've never heard of, never seen.
Yeah, right. Again. Yeah, right.
Some people that were there, they're not active anymore. But they'll come up to me, and they'll give me my respect in person.
Yeah.
You know, we need a little bit of that when I'm not in the room.
Yeah, right.
A little bit more.
A little, right. Yeah, when you're not.
A little bit more of that when I'm not in the room, because
Right.
the same people, if asked who the top 5 rappers are in front of other people, will not mention my name.
That's crazy.
But when they see me, they're like, "Nigga, I remember your first performance, you doing that, and I'm at your show right now."
Crazy.
8 years later, we're having this conversation after I just watched you do this shit again on a bigger stage,
bro.
You're still
and
releasing, and you're still doing this.
To be real, and I'm gonna just say it on your behalf, brother. Like, the fact that you haven't been asked to just to speak about your career, and like the fact that like this platform is built on it will continue to be, because that's just what it is. Like, that's never gonna change. But like, it really just is. It doesn't make sense to me for like because like we're still working on getting other platforms for sure to be able for artists to be able to go to, but there's certain pockets that you could have been in where it's like, I don't know why they haven't. You know what I mean? It's just like,
absolutely,
you feel me? And it's just like, I truly don't get it. Like the only thing I can really wrap my brain around is just like the intimidation, or even if you don't want to use that word,
disrespected artists in the
oh no, hands down. They're like I don't even think it's close. Son. Like, it's just,
I'm not allowed to say it.
Yeah, no. I don't even think it's close. Again, just from what I've seen, and I mean, bro, again, just look at what you're doing, bro. It's just like I don't get it. Like, what is it? So that's just my,
and it really is strange.
my 2 cents.
Again, I was having this conversation the other day, and I was saying, it to give you like as like a microcosm story of what we're talking about, and I mean no hatred to this, and I'm not gonna say who the person is,
of course.
But somebody made a post the other day, and they're like, "Shout out to the Master and Creation podcast, Toby King. Like, the way that you were running this shit is just seamless, and it's like for you to all the way from Maryland." Wake up one day and say, "You know what?
Oh,
Pittsburgh
the strings.
needs me. Pittsburgh needs me." And for you to backpack from Maryland,
I did walk here. That is true.
For you to walk from Maryland to Pittsburgh and decide to uplift artists here in the city
as a single mother,
it is admirable. And I'm like,
in the comments, like, yeah. Yeah. Nah, bro. It's like, bro, like, I was like, yo, I don't even know if I can like this. Like, what can I do with this post? It's like, yo.
and I love you.
No, bro. Of course, son. Of course.
And the amount of respect that I have for
but we got to put perspective in this part, please.
have accomplished.
Bro, we just got to put perspective in this part, please.
Every day.
100%, bro. 100%.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
The Masters in Creation podcast. Or respectfully, I am the Master in Creation. Like, son. This.
Nah, bro. I don't know. But like, see, like, that's my thing, though, too. Like, I also think, like, people are going out of their way.
That's what I'm saying. So
you feel me? So it's like
ignorance, because I don't think so, because you met me.
Yeah, right. It's not. It's not.
And why?
You don't even have to research that much to just even get a gist of like what's going on. Okay, who runs it? Okay, he's the host. Boom. All right, what do they do? All right, hit by using. All right, he's an artist. Like, you don't have to really research what we do too much to
it's
get
like, why?
Yeah. No facts, bro. It's just like, it's it's odd. It's odd.
Why?
Yeah. it
why?
It really is odd. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't understand it either. And I don't know what it. I still to this day I don't know. I know a lot of it is fear and self and
sure. I mean, like that you can't necessarily control
my level of confidence.
Yeah, right.
To keep doing these things.
Exactly.
Damn, nigga, I'm a good person.
Bro, and like that's my whole I also think that people
I'm spitting on people after the pod or
and
something.
like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's like, bro, people. And I'm assuming this is all speculation, but just from what I've seen, like, I think people just have like this whole internal thing with like whenever they see her, they're just like, all right, no, he's dope. He's really good at what he does. Like, all right, cool, yeah. I'm like, he's nice, but I don't know. I'm not buying it. I don't know. There's got to be da. And like, I just think they move off that, and it's just like, nigga, like, I don't. Like it don't even gotta be all that. Like I'm just here doing,
strange,
yeah,
dude.
like
It's so
it is.
strange. And for as accomplished as this podcast is, nigga, my music is
Yeah, right. Like it should,
else
yeah,
entirely.
right, exactly.
So like, if y'all feel this way about this podcast,
I
nigga,
know.
like, and we're still learning and still figuring
Still,
things out,
bro,
and still growing,
still.
still making mistakes, you know, when there's less and less as time goes on, and learning more and more as time goes on.
But it's
nigga,
still
like,
growing and
nigga, when it comes to
evolving.
my music, nigga, I make classics.
Yeah,
Nigga, like,
yeah,
damn.
yeah, right. I know.
ChatGPT, how many rappers in the history of Pittsburgh have had a song reach 1.5 million streams? I'm on a small list. So it's like, I can actually say, I can put my name in the same sentences as the Wiz Khalifa's, as the Mac Millers, as the Hardos. I know I'm not saying I'm these guys. I'm not saying I achieve what these guys achieve.
Yeah, right.
I'm just saying, in some sentences,
I'm in some kind of crazy company. At
you
least.
can put my name in the sentence.
Yeah, right.
And
that's fine.
Nobody else who you know can. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's it. Think that means something.
Yeah, right.
That means something, because I've seen people who can't be said in the same book as these people, let alone the same sentence.
Right.
Claim this and that.
Right.
And do this and that. So I'm like, it's weird. Like, it's just so strange. And what I said the other day to conclude the conversation was just, I'm going to continue to just be a good person.
Yeah,
who doesn't spit on people,
you've continued to
down, who continues to give people opportunities and path to success.
That's all you can do.
And one day people are just going to be so mad that they were angry at that.
Yeah, no, bro. And like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not, and just even speaking back to our conversation about like long-term goals and stuff like that, bro. A lot of this shit is like, it won't hit until like 10 years from now, when niggas are looking back and just like, and you know, just to whatever this evolves into, and like, you know, looking back, it's gonna be like, why was we ever like, the fact that he even put up with this shit from the community for this long is like, shame on us.
It is gonna be sad, because it really is sad. Like,
no, that's what I'm saying. Shame on us.
It's so sad how I get treated.
Like shame on us.
At the end of the day, I'm really sad.
Yeah,
which makes me angry, but it's
yeah,
sad.
no,
It's tragic.
I know.
That, like, I get treated the way that I get treated. I don't get asked to do fuck. Unless I make an opportunity. I
know,
myself,
no, yeah, bro. You know,
I can truly say, like, other than Che, I'm gonna give Che her
always.
shit.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give Che her shit.
Facts.
Other than Che, she's the only person that
100%.
saw me not do the actual thing and go, he can do the thing, and gave me the opportunity to do the thing. Everybody else, I'm not gonna say go fuck yourself. That's
yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna say go fuck yourself, but like I had to
go fuck yourself.
Like, I damn near had to beg for that opportunity.
Right.
Given the opportunity, I exceeded expectations within the opportunity, and then I was continued to, like, people continue to act weird. You know, like, it's just, I don't know, it's strange.
It's
and I get gaslit.
It truly
like,
is.
I don't have, like, in the thinking that, like, I didn't have these moments,
right?
Know, where I had, you know, not to name names, you know, you were there, so tell me I'm wrong, you know, of people. And again, I'm not claiming anything. I'm just saying this is a moment in my life where I had people surround me in a room, and they're like, "Dude, like, we think you're the Kanye minus the."
Yeah, minus recent. right.
Artistically, of our city, like, you know, in a room. You know what room I'm talking about? And what moment I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, yeah.
With a group of creatives.
100%.
With a group of creatives. You know, and it's like, these are the same people that would rather put their friend on, or would rather give somebody who just gives them money an opportunity over me.
Yeah, no, because it came back at me. I'm just like, oh, fuck, yeah, no.
Because it's like, how dare you call somebody that?
And then
try to impose that.
Let's build. Like, yeah.
And then,
let's build.
Then not be like, give us answers.
Yeah, right.
Hey, how, said person who I never call myself this.
Yeah, right.
How do we,
bro? Because people just be yapping too. That's the other thing. And like, this is just
Yapatron 3000.
Yapatron 3000.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. But like, it, you know, this isn't specific to Pittsburgh or anything like that. But this is just the entertainment industry across the board. This is just the entertainment industry across the board. Like, people will say whatever. Like, when you're in front of them, like they'll just say whatever, and it's just like there's no merit to it. They're just trying to gauge what they can, like what you can do for them, where you're gonna take them, out of the dot. It's just like,
where am I gonna take them? I'm like, nigga, like, and the crazy thing is, like, I can if
see, where am I gonna take it? I ain't taking you anywhere.
Yeah, nigga. but no, I can and I will. But
yeah, right.
You have to let me be me.
Yeah, right.
Like so many times they're like, oh, Michael is capable of doing X, Y, and Z. So then just let me do X, Y, and Z. Don't be like I don't know. Like it's just weird.
I think people also. I think that like people also think that if they succeed anything, that it makes them lesser. You know, like if they let someone step into,
which is so weird.
Whack, bro. I think that's the whack. Like you,
so
I think that's 101, bro. If you're not even want to do that, bro, like I don't think you can get fucking really anywhere,
I want
bro.
to be surrounded by great people.
Yeah, bro.
I want to be surrounded
constantly
by people who I admire, who I want to be like,
who I can chase. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just so I can constantly chase.
Yes.
Like, yo, like he did this dope thing, man. I just like I want that for myself
and be in my lane.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
I don't ever want to watch someone who I admire. You know, Dr. Samuel.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm not trying to be a scientist.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. 100%.
Like, I don't watch this nigga and go, oh, man, dude, I can mix a chemical.
If only I had a white lab coat.
Like, nigga, bro, like,
right.
I just want to be as successful in what I do.
As what you do, bro. And does. You do some really dope shit.
Anything that we can do together, you know.
So, yeah, you know, I'm open to it. Yeah,
100%. Play my role.
Completely.
When I'm talking about doing things together, I didn't say I'm going to put a lab coat on. It's just, nigga, like, maybe for your opening ceremony, you want an artist to come perform.
Right.
And I'm going to do my role and you do your role. Your role is to open up this goddamn facility. That's going to be fire as fuck.
You know what it is, though, bro? The niggas want to be rappers, and that's what it is.
I mean, a lot of people do. Which sucks. Like, it's so annoying, dude.
That's really what it is.
Everyone low-key does
niggas want to be rappers.
They want to be, you know what, like, they want to be just like the title of it.
Bro,
or just want to have my talent. Like, they want to like Mike that shit.
Yeah, no, but bro, you
know. No, not like Mike.
Space Jam, just touch this basketball.
Like,
yeah.
You really want me to touch a basketball?
And
they touch it, and then all of a sudden they can make
They can do this shit.
All of a sudden they can make drunk. All of a sudden they can make female dog. All of a sudden they can make feisty. They can make devious. They can make, like, they made this movie. That's really what they want.
Yeah, that's
and for like a day too. Like, they don't even.
Bro, but my whole thing.
Just want to feel it.
Dog. That's what I'm like, bro.
Feel it.
My whole thing, bro, be like, it don't even be their main occupation. Like, they just pop up when they be like, you know what? I think I'm gonna try my hand in that, and it's like
so weird.
It's like, why?
This is all I ever wanted to do.
No, and bro, again, you have a decade plus career,
and I dress well.
Yeah, right.
Fucking fashion guy.
Yeah, no, bro, exactly.
I make dope music videos. I don't want to be a videographer.
Yeah, right.
I engineer my own music. I don't want to be a fucking audio engineer.
Yeah, right.
I want to be a rapper. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is be a fucking rapper. That's all I want to do. And everything that comes with rap, I just want to be a rapper.
Yeah, I mean, bro, what were you even talking about with the fucking the Marvel movies? Like, they try to be a little bit of this thing. They you know, they want to loop shit. They want to fucking do origin. They want to, like, if you try to do too many, like, bro, you're gonna fucking, like, all three of those shits are gonna fucking flop.
Yeah.
Bro, just do the one, like, you know, just and then expand if you want to.
People want to do, like, I hate when people, like, even me as somebody who is multifaceted.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be all the things.
Yeah, no.
And a lot of it is out of necessity. Let's be honest. It's out of fucking necessity.
Yeah.
I would love if somebody else could fucking do 90% of the shit for me.
Yeah, right.
Unfortunately, I don't
you
don't
got
have the
it,
money
right.
or the connections or the means to do so. So I just have to do it. It doesn't mean I'm trying to be the next fucking
I know, man.
that thing. It's just unfortunate. I have to do that to be a rapper.
I know.
Or be I have to organize my own event. I'm not trying to be the fucking event coordinator of this goddamn city.
Real shit.
I just have to in order if I want to throw an event. Like,
get my shit off right.
You know, like, so I'm not trying to compete with all you other niggas.
Yeah, right. Niggas and me.
I would love to not have to do that. If one of you motherfuckers can throw events for me and bring hundreds of people in and allow me to just be myself up on stage and rock the shit out like I'm supposed to, sign me up, nigga.
Yeah, nah, facts. Like, niggas just want to be in competition or something. But I mean, after Millvale, bro, like, are we good on time? What's the
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that we're probably getting like closer there than we were further away.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, we're at the 59, so we can stretch another like 10.
Okay, no. I would just even want to ask, like, bro, like, is there any, not to look past it, you know what I mean, but just from, your perspective, like after Millvale, is there any stage, let's just even say with locally, that, you want to, I mean, it's tough to get larger than the fucking biggest music festival in fucking Pittsburgh, you know what I mean? But it's like, is there any stage that like you haven't rocked it that you're looking forward to rocking? I know you said you got Rutgers down the pocket. We're not sure when exactly that is yet, but got that down the pike, which that's going to be an iconic performance for a different reason, But is there anything that that you'd be possibly looking forward to stage wise or performance wise?
I mean, people will feel like I'm a dickhead if I'm not like, I would love to perform at Stage AE, and then I would love to perform at the Fire Stadium with that holds like 30,000. I would love to perform at formerly Heinz Field at 60,000. You know what I mean? Like
then Acrisure, then
well, that's what Acrisure is.
Okay, facts.
It's like dog. Like,
no, of course,
there are physically bigger stadium stages seating than this. But
right.
Truly, I would rather a room of 100 people who are diehard fans be at a 100-person venue than have 10,000 people and only 100 people are diehard fans out of 10,000 people. So it's not the size of stage. It is I want to continue to get as much of a concentration of people who genuinely know and fuck with my music in a room all at once. So that is what is most important for me. And then doing certain things within my performances because I don't want to spoil what plans we have.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
For Rutgers.
Exactly.
But man, would that be fun?
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's gonna be dope. Just even given with like our history with Rutgers, bro. Just even perform there, bro. Is fucking. Yeah. I mean, that's already
it's iconic,
fucking.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's iconic.
bro.
It's legendary. It's
for real.
Yeah, like my kids are just gonna have like the dopest dad.
Right.
Dope ass fucking dad.
Yeah, that's the goal though.
If I can raise doper kids, that's just crazy.
I know, yeah.
So
you gotta hold on.
It's just have these moments that I can forever. It's just wild, like to have a dad where, cause my dad's not like my parents don't have any artistic bones in their bodies.
Yeah,
they don't have any of these stories or any of these moments, and now I have so much footage and documentation of everything that I've achieved. Like, I get to like it's cool that at one point I'm gonna be able to like pull up Spotify and show my kids, be like, you see that? Like, wow, that song has so many streams. Like, yeah, that's your dad. That's your dad.
That's great.
Like, I did that. Dad did that. Right. Dad did all this, and by then, some shit's gonna be more normalized because there's gonna know dads just continue to do this shit, that shit, But and hopefully it gets bigger than that. But
yeah, facts.
No worries if not. I've achieved a lot.
No, not 100%. Would you say like? Now, would you say like what piece of advice do you have for people who may just not have a creative angle, like they're just still trying to figure out, like, all right, like I've gone 4 years in this direction, 2 years in this direction, I don't fucking know.
Creatively?
Yeah.
I don't know because we found my old voice memos on my computer the other day, you and I.
Yeah.
And we found these, and I was playing through them, and wow, did I make some ass music. And I've spoke about this time and time again because I started writing whenever I was a kid.
Right.
And I'm sure those lyrics sucked, and and I had some lines that were good, some concepts that were good, some choruses that were good, but just not full songs that were good.
But you saw the talent,
yeah. And a lot. It's just believing in yourself and knowing where you can get and being relentless, and it's just knowing yourself. I knew I could be a rapper before I was truly a rapper. I knew I could be a rapper, and I was just relentless in trying to achieve my potential. Just know your potential and just be relentless at trying to achieve potential. I think everyone deep down, we know our potential. You know, if you're 5 foot, you're not going to be fucking dunking the NBA.
Right.
Like, you know that's not your potential. But maybe you're really fucking good at math. And maybe you could potentially go to a very good university and become an engineer and potentially make hundreds of $1,000s a year being an engineer. You got to know your potential. Everyone, and that I don't know how.
So kind of
other than I know how to whenever I meet an individual and talk to them. I'm very good at gauging other people's potential, of knowing what they could potentially do and anything. Without that, I don't know how to just tell a mass group of people how to find your potential or what it is. It's just a confidence I've always had in myself as a kid, and knowing what I am good at and what I'm not good at. And you just have to be just so goddamn relentless, like psychotically relentless at doing this. And shout out to Nathan and fucking Chirab for fucking sitting through an entire goddamn year of me trying shit out.
Right.
And for them, I'm not sure what moment it was, because I sure as fuck wasn't moment one. So I don't know what moment it was for Nathan where he was like, Mike's really good.
Yeah, right.
Like, Mike's not just trying things no more. Mike's really good.
Yeah.
I almost am scared to ask him that question.
Yeah,
I
right.
know the answer was not moment one.
Yeah, right.
So I don't even know if I myself have it in me to hear that answer to that question,
sure,
because it would kill me a little bit inside.
Yeah, right.
But I know it was not moment one. So I do wonder at what moment he was like, you know, Mike can actually do this.
Sure.
And I remember the moments of me saying, like, dude, one day I'm gonna have a song that reaches 1 million streams, and knowing that in that moment he's like, man, we're so far from that. Like, dude, we're only getting hundreds right now. Not even. Like, we're releasing, and even still to this day, like, I'll release a song and it will get fucking, like, even my music video, I'm completely happy with saying it's a great music video and it has like fucking like 60 views. Like,
yeah, right.
You know, I haven't promoted it at all. Or,
yeah, right.
60 genuine people who genuinely were waiting for that video and wanted to see that goddamn video.
Right.
But it's like, when you have moments like that, it's so hard to think, oh man, and believe in yourself and say, oh, one day you are gonna have a song that reaches millions of streams. One day you are gonna be performing on a bigger stage. One day you are gonna be performing at a fucking festival. You know, it's just being psychotically relentless and fucking trying and failing and looking fucking stupid, because when you're really trying, you don't feel stupid. I promise you, at the time I didn't feel stupid.
I know.
In hindsight, fuck yeah, I look stupid.
I know, man.
Hindsight, I damn near look fucking stupid.
Yeah, right.
I don't look stupid no more.
Say that again.
I don't look stupid no more.
Word.
I might want to blend that into a song.
Yeah, word.
I don't look stupid no more. Like, straight the fuck up. I don't look stupid no more. And I didn't feel stupid back then. I did look stupid. I don't look stupid no more. It's a fact.
Yeah, man.
So, and for some things I'm saying right now, and have said in the past, I look stupid. Promise you 5 years from now, I won't look stupid no more. And I don't feel stupid right now. I promise you that. I don't feel stupid. And I know certain things I don't look stupid no more. Some things I do still look stupid. I promise you, the things that you think I look stupid about, I don't feel stupid. And 5 years from now, I'm not going to look stupid. So.
And now I think that's an incredible point to end this, unless you want to, promote, plug anything. There it is, man. Listen, MIC Podcast, episode 165, where everyone is a master of their own creation. We have the excuse me, choking up on here. Right, it's crazy. A lot of greatness going on. The master creation in the building. And we're out, bro. Peace.
Peace.